Mr. Revolver Guy with DayAtTheRange.com. As you can see on the bench with me today, a number of AlienGear holsters, the AlienGear 3.0 and the AlienGear 3.5, along with my CCW, my conceal and carry Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 9mm. Now, before we go any further, let's make sure the weapon is safe. Nothing in the magazine, nothing in the chamber. Double check. The weapon is safe. All right. So today I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison in the AlienGear 3.0 hybrid holster along with the AlienGear 3.5. The AlienGear 3.5 I've been wearing for about 3 weeks now, getting very close to a month. And again, I still say these holsters are the most economical, most flexible, most comfortable, and also has one of the best warranties on the market, with a 30-day wearable money-back guarantee, along with a lifetime replacement, ironclad warranty, as AlienGear points out. If I decide to get rid of this M&P shield, AlienGear also comes with, you can change out this shell, as you can see with an Allen wrench. You can change out this shell, either of these shells, for your next carry weapon. Let's go through some of the features. As you can see, this is the 3.0, and I've been wearing this for a little over a year. Got it when AlienGear first came out with the holster. As you can see, starting to break in. Some say wearing well, some say not wearing so well. I would argue that it is wearing well. The one thing with the AlienGear 3.0 that I've struggled with is the exposed hardware on the back. The exposed hardware on the back, it didn't irritate me too much, but as it started to get worn for quite some time, I think when I got about to the 8-month mark, I could start to feel the hardware on the back here started to rub against my skin a little bit. Didn't cause any problems, but definitely started to make me think about, is this truly the most comfortable holster on the market? I can say, like most of you, I have a bin full of holsters that I've worn, pure leather, pure Kydex. And again, for me, it is about making sure you have your tool when you need it. So comfortable is one of the first things that I'm looking for in a holster, making sure it's comfortable. And then secondly, most important to me, is the retention itself. As you can see, the 3.0 has neoprene on the back, just like the 4.0, though it's been approved. And we'll go over each of these from front to back and show you the differences. Let's move the pistol over a little bit. So in the 3.0, you can see the neoprene, and also you can start seeing the metal retention plate underneath the neoprene here. And as you can see, the hardware on the back. Now, if you break out the 3.5, one thing about the 3.0 too, before moving on to the 3.5, one thing I started to notice is the edges started to wear here, still stitched very nicely. And I believe I could get another couple of years out of this, quite frankly. Still stitched very nicely, but as you can see, the edges are starting to fold up somewhat, but still stitched nicely. On the 3.5, they've changed the neoprene to make it more breathable. It still has the metal insert on the back. The biggest thing about this, and what I'm most excited about, no exposed hardware on the back at all. And also, as you can see, between the 3.0 and the 3.5 here that I have in my hand, it has been stitched all around, better stitching, and the edges have been rounded or folded and stitched. Much nicer in that particular category. Now, moving along to the front of the holster. In front of you, I've got the 3.0 on the bench today. And with the 3.0 holster, as you can see, again, the hardware goes all the way through, exposed with the holes here. And I have it adjusted. I like to wear mine even, and I have it adjusted like I want it to. These are easily adjustable, even in the 3.0, but it does take a tool. You take the Allen wrench, take it loose, and you can adjust the cant any way that you see fit. Another major change for the 3.5 I'm very excited about. I don't know if you guys are catching on here either, but if you look at the size of the 3.5 compared to the 3.0, there were some complaints about the size of the 3.0. As you can see, the 3.5 is a little bit smaller at this point in size. But what I'm most excited about, outside of the hardware being removed from the back, they have these clips, much like the original set, but they are latch-on clips. You just spin them, take them out. You can see how they're molded there, injection molded probably. Drop them back in, and you can cant the holster any way that you like to make it most comfortable for you, and so much quicker to change and no tooling needed. You still need the tooling to adjust the Kydex shell, but that's okay. Generally, I will take my Kydex shell and tighten it down quite a bit. As you can see, the AlienGear green grommets or washers are compressed a little bit. The reason I compress them as you see it today, I do prefer my holsters to have great retention and also that snap in. As you can see, this thing isn't coming out. I've seen some YouTube videos where you take the AlienGear directly out of the box and put in your, as you can see, tight fit. But you take the AlienGear directly out of the box as they have it adjusted for the factory. You turn it upside down like that. The pistol most definitely will come out. And some has deemed that the AlienGear and other hybrid holsters are not worth their money, their time, because they feel it is unsafe. Again, I have been carrying this particular holster and have never had an incident for a little over a year now, and have not had an incident and not even been concerned about my pistol coming out. That is laying on the ground, that is sitting in the car, that's sitting in a restaurant. I've not had that concern at all about my pistol not being retained within the holster with the proper tension. And it does not in any way impede at least my speed on the range. When I've been out on the range with my timer and drawing from the holster, it does not impact my speed at all. I did try it with the default settings from the factory, and then I tightened it down to where I could get the snap from the holster. Again, get that snap from the holster. I did tighten it down that way and did not see any impact on my speed. If you look at the bottom of these holsters, I do really like how the 3.5 has been molded over the muzzle of the holster as well. Is that going to stop around? Absolutely not. I do believe I just prefer for my muzzle to be covered while in the holster. It's just a personal thing. One thing I will say that not many people talk about at all as it pertains to AlienGear holsters or holsters in general, and when in the reviews that I've seen online for holsters, everybody automatically assumes that they are safe. The one thing that I really knock the 3.0 holster for here is the covering of the trigger. Here you can see that the trigger is covered, but you can see a little bit of it there. As a matter of fact, I can touch it with my finger there. Here is the key. If I flip it over to the rear, though I haven't had an issue in 12 months of carry, you can see how much of the trigger is exposed there. And just a little touch, not forcing it all, My finger can actually feel the trigger, touch the trigger. It leaves a little bit of a gap, some space to get down in there. Now it takes some force, but I can get down in there and pull the trigger. Can you see that? That was one concern that I did have with the 3.0. And I did send AlienGear some feedback via email because of it, and received some nice correspondence from those guys about the feedback for the AlienGear 3.0, and that they would consider that in moving forward because they want their products to be absolutely safe. When you snap this one in, when you snap it in, full coverage over the trigger in the front. You flip it over to the back and you cannot see that trigger in the back. I cannot touch it. And it's almost, well, as you see there, enforcing my finger down in there to try to touch the trigger, I pop the magazine. So to me, the 3.5 is a much safer holster than the 3.0. Is the 3.0 unsafe? Absolutely not. I've carried it for 12 months, have not had a hiccup. Again, for me, comfortable, retention, and safety are all qualities that I look for in a holster. And with the AlienGear 3.5, they have absolutely stood up for me. The one last thing that I would like to mention is, as you can see, the AlienGear texture on the leather in the front, okay? Not necessarily leather, but on the material in the front for the AlienGear, it is a little bit different than the 3.0. A little bit better design pattern. And AlienGear says that is supposed to help with retention. I believe that it does. Again, the old drop test here. This pistol not coming out at all. And I do not have the 3.5 adjusted as tight as I did the 3.0. To keep the pistol from dropping free, I did have to adjust the 3.0 a little bit tighter than I have the 3.5. In closing out, AlienGear has definitely refined this holster. I'm looking for another year or two of carry with this particular holster. And if you're looking for something economical, if you're looking for something that's safe, if you're looking for something that's probably, in my opinion, the most comfortable holster on the market, you should look no further than AlienGear. As you can see with the shell here, they've refined it also with the actual lines of the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. I mean, direct mold. They've definitely got a lot better with their molding on the 3.5 compared to the 3.0, which is, you know, it worked. It's just a normal kind of Kydex molding, if you will. But the molding has definitely gotten better with the AlienGear 3.5. Again, if you're looking for that economical, comfortable holster that is sure to last, look no further than AlienGear holsters. Mr. Revolver Guy, dayattherange.com.